legendary. Gotta count 'em, here we top. Live with it. Yeah, we going up, ain't no stopping it. All I got is tunnel vision. All I got is. Every loss may lead to another win. I'm going up. I bet when I land, they gon' tell me it's luck again. See that I'm winning, it's harder to watch. I'm setting the stage, you should give me my props. You ain't got no soul, you lacking the spirit. You talk out your neck, I'ma show you I'm with it. I been really happy you to sit and watch me win again and win again and win again. I know it's probably getting on me and win a synonym. So if I ever win again, just know I did the minimum. I didn't have to sell my soul. Oh, yeah. Please don't play no games with me. It was never about the fame to me. They needed the best, so they came to me. Whoa. Who the best in this thing? Tell them, yeah, that's me. Tell them who bring the vibe, say, yeah, that's me. Who make it flip, make it bang, ooh, yeah, that's me. Who make the party feel alive, tell them, yeah, that's me. My girl so proud, they get boy when they ask, is that your man? Yeah, that's me. And if I'm taking a shot, I don't miss. Who knew I would be at the top like this? And no one made my goals for me, but I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Cause it's the path that God chose for me. So even if some doors close for me, I still won't let y'all close to me. So please step back where you supposed to be. Put the game all on hold for me. And sit back, watch me roast the beat. It's in my genes, I'm better than them. And I know my flow too sick, I got the medicine. I'm way at the top, who could take my place? I went too hard, can't feel my face. Who the best in this thing? Tell them, yeah, that's me. Tell them who bring the vibe, say, yeah, that's me. Who make it flip, make it bang, ooh, yeah, that's me. Who make the party feel alive, tell them, yeah, that's me. Whoa. Yeah, ooh, yeah, that's me. Who that chillin' at the top, tell them, yeah, that's me. Yeah, yeah, tell them, yeah, that's me. Yeah, I'm chillin' at the top, ooh, yeah, that's me.
Don't test me.
You don't impress me, so don't test me, nah.
So don't test me, nah. Don't test me.
Yo. You don't impress me, so don't test me, nah.
So don't test me, nah. Don't test me.
Yo, they wouldn't let me. Man's gal wanna come undress me. Swing with a right, but I might go lefty. I make plus with it, so don't test me. They wouldn't let me. Man's gal wanna come undress me. Swing with a right, but I might go lefty. I make plus with it, so don't test me. Nah,
you don't impress me.
It could be history in the making tonight at Shelby as Clear Fork tries to claim the program's first ever district championship, but they're going to have to get through second-seeded Vermilion and a Sailor squad led by one of the very best playmakers from the Sandusky Bay Conference. It's live and free boys playoff soccer kicking off your Thursday night. Pre-game coverage and opening kick all on the way. Next.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients, they'll test them afterwards as well, and they're testing for both purity and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease, we have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
It's the Mechanics Bank pregame show, setting the stage for a highly anticipated playoff showcase. Clear Fork looking to get to a place where they've never been before, clashing against a Vermilion squad who just took down the #1 seed in the district. Good evening, everybody. My name is Brian Skowronski, coming at you live and free on another beautiful night for tournament soccer here at the fabulous Shelby Athletic Complex, and we have got an exciting matchup in the newly formed Division 4 District Finals coming up for you guys right here and now. Let's talk about these Clear Fork Colts, though, and how they've been able to get to this point in the season. Fresh off of a crazy shootout victory to defeat number 4 Kenton. They needed 9 players to kick in that one. They looked great the game before that I saw in the sectional championship victory over Upper Sandusky. And with the non-league schedule that they play, the Colts will certainly be prepared for this matchup, starting to play some of their best soccer right now of the season. And you see, not a very high-scoring team. However, they don't give up very many either. And over these last 6 matches, 3 wins, a couple of draws in there. So like I said, they're starting to really come together as a team and playing arguably the best soccer that they've had all season, shaking off a little bit of a rough end to their campaign, losing on senior night at home against Ashland, and then tying in a game against River Valley where they could have got a piece of the Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference Championship. But this team, I think, galvanized now, and they've got a new mindset and outlook since they've entered the tournament, and they get this opportunity now to participate in Division 4. They don't got to go through the likes of a Lexington or an Ontario or try to get through a Madison who's having an unbelievable season. So the Colts right now certainly feel like they've got an opportunity to break through and get to regionals for the first time ever. If they're able to do so, it would be because of the play of one Kade Beachy. This junior midfielder, he's been the catalyst for the squad all season long. Big time in that win over the Rams where he showcased the full skill set. He is one of the leaders in the MOAC for assists. He's got excellent ball skills, and if you've ever watched him play, and his coaches will all agree, the soccer IQ basically second to none. Still another year to grow too. So obviously Nate Gailey's going to be very happy to have this young man back for another season, but they need to feed him in the middle and certainly showcase Kade and what he's capable of, which is just being a dynamic playmaker, distributor, and when he's looking for his own shot, like he was in that match against Upper Sandusky, look out. The Colts are going to be a handful to deal with. But probably an underdog here tonight, because number 2 Vermilion, fresh off an upset of top-seeded Edison in the district semifinals. The Chargers beat them, a really good game, 2-1 in the regular season, and now they are here on the doorstep of trying to get back into the regionals for the first time in 8 years. Outscoring their tournament opponents thus far 11-1, and when you look at their entire schedule from top to bottom this season, every single victory that they've enjoyed, they've scored at least 3 goals. So this is a team that, when things are going well for them offensively, they're basically unbeatable. If they're able to put in 3 goals or more, undefeated so far on the season, and that what make them a really fun team to watch, and a top contender, of course, here as the number 2 seed in this Division 4. And talking to their head coach Kurt Ennis for a few minutes before the match, very much in the same mindset as Clear Fork, that they felt like, hey, what a blessing that we no longer have to go play one of the top teams in the state in Division 2 to try to break through just to get to a regional. So Vermilion right now just 1 win away from getting back there for the first time in nearly a decade. No question, though, who leads this organization. Wesley Penton, considered one of the top playmakers in the SBC this season. The offense really relies on him to try to just make plays in the attacking third. If they can find him in the middle of the field, typically he's able to advance them up and get in and around the frame. He's got great acceleration. I was watching him down on the field a little bit during the warm-up, and he passes super effectively with either foot. So look for this guy, Wesley Penton, to be a big-time difference maker here tonight in this match. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing him. And also, you know, when you're a senior and this is your last opportunity to try to make waves, I think that it just goes a long way into pushing you, fueling you to new heights. And I think that that's what we're expecting to see from this young man right here, Wesley Penton. Kind of slight in stature, but boy, can he really cook, and especially when the ball is at his feet. So I look forward to seeing him in action, and you know, just kind of seeing what he can showcase out here tonight for Vermilion in that leadership role now in his last tournament run. We'll now pause for a moment and honor America with the playing of our national anthem. The stage is set. Playoff Boys Division 4 District Championship Soccer just about to go down. You're enjoying it live and free. Pre-game coverage brought to you by our good friends over at Mechanics Bank. We're baking locally. That's better. How do one of these teams break through, get on to a regional for Clear Fork? It would be the first time. I'll begin with my keys to victory for the Colts here tonight. Tough matchup. You got to look to shoot, though. Put pressure on the keeper. You can't always have the perfect shot. Sometimes we've seen on occasions they'll take what's like a C shot looking for that B, and it'll get knocked away, and you come away empty-handed. And then work it through the midfield. Own those 50-50 balls. You got to create some extra possessions for your offense. They have got the weapons to do it. I already talked about Beachy. We'll get Owen Bourne involved in the mix up there as well. Owen Weichel, he can be a menace in the midfield. I like what Bronson Frost brings now in his senior season, so he's going to be one of those leaders out there trying to will this Clear Fork club into the unknown. The realm of the regionals for the first time. I've already mentioned it like 8 times, but it's just such a cool story. And for Clear Fork now moving down to Division 4, a great possibility for them as they're getting a lot of claps coming from the visitor bleachers as the Colts, the number 3 seed. Even though playing a game here in Richland County, they gotta love that Shelby is hosting. And a thank you to Pat Lewis for being accommodating, bringing us in here tonight for this live stream. Still the visitor here on the scoreboard. And that's because the number 2 seeded Sailors of Vermilion have gotten here by being one of the top contenders in the SBC. They've done so by just playing loose. You can't get tight just because there is a lot on the line. Their coach said that this is kind of a fun-loving group, and they certainly will have to come out here and display that. Can't get tight, but you got to put the locks down on occasion on Mr. Kade Beachy. Find him when he's up in your territory. If he wants to get the ball back on his own half, you'll allow that on occasion, but you may need to just man-mark this kid every now and again to make sure that he can't cook with the salt out there and just be a dynamic weapon that we've known him to be in North Central Ohio since he entered the high school ranks 3 seasons ago. That's my keys to victory for both teams, presented by our good friends at Mechanics Bank. Starting lineups being announced here at Shelby, and I've got them written down. I'll go over each of these for you. For Vermilion, they are going to go with Brody Morrow, Noah Penton, Jaden Petrie, Wesley Penton, Zach Worth, Brady Parker, Nick Freeman, Andrew McLaughlin, Caleb German, Gavin Wilfing, and Zeke Dunn. This is my first time seeing Vermilion in person here tonight, so if I'm not getting a name 100% correct and you're a Sailor fan out there, correct me and let me know. I finally am getting the sophomore keeper's name right. After a full season, we have got Wes Bunnell protecting the pipes tonight for Clear Fork. He gets the start. Liam Beer on that defensive line will be joined by Owen Bourne, Kade Beachy, Bronson Frost, Finn McCauley, Owen Weichel in the middle. Landon McCauley's back on that defensive line as well. We'll see AJ Swindle in the middle and Sam Swindle as well. And Nick Martin getting the start tonight too, as he has just burst onto the scene over about the last third of the year. And we knew all along that he had the offensive talent and the weaponry, but came off the bench just to try to be that microwave oven type of dude and, just be a spark for Coach Nate and the gang. Not anymore. Not when you're this late into the season. You got to go after it 100%. And that will wrap up our Mechanics Bank pregame show, as we are just about set for tournament soccer action here at Shelby.
Jeremy, check real quick and see if the auto color is on. It looks a little weird on my screen. And if it is, flip it off and then flip it back on real fast. What's auto color? It should be a little, just the auto white balance. See it?
Just getting our camera adjusted here, trying to get you the best possible color that we can, as they're just about set for game action. First touch will belong to the Sailors. And here we go. It'll be a 5-4-1 here tonight for Vermilion. They'd like to really move the ball through their midfield, try to get it up top to the striker, who oftentimes will play with his back to the frame, as Martin loses this one, and it'll be out of bounds. Sailor throwing coming up. Big ball into the midfield now. This is Jaden Petrie. He'll be the man to target up top. Bourne with a deep throw in down the line. And Karem's off the back of a Sailor, so Clear Fork throw yet again. They'll have McCauley handle this time. Knocked down Beachy, looking to turn to the outside. And I think this is wise by the Sailors to try to get at least a couple defenders around him at any given moment. Looked like a decent pass here down the near sideline. Nick Freeman cut off his run. Felt like it was too far out in front. So it'll be back over to Clear Fork. Third throw already just in the opening couple of minutes. Little turn into traffic. Goes Penton. And off the giveaway. Colts now handling. They'll get it to Martin. Supreme acceleration keeps it in. Can't battle through that last tackle. Now Worth looking for a target. He'll just come short as that's flipped by the captain Freeman. Down in the corner. This will stay in the field of play. Nice ball movement. Excellent triangle. And now Martin. Couple players coming in behind. Here's Bourne on the fly near side. Good chance to try to get a shot attempt as they lay it off in the middle. A little bit misplayed by Weichel, but the shot just wide. Beautiful build that time by the Colts. See a lot of handshakes, high fives. Clear Fork knows that was good stuff. Colts again collect possession. A little bit of a heavy feed trying to find Kade Beachy coming out of the pack. Now Petrie chasing after it. Bourne gets there first. It's been a sharp first 4 minutes so far for Owen Bourne. And now he'll have to go on the defense down in the corner here on Noah Penton. And we'll just leak it out of play. Only 5 minutes gone by here in this opening session. If you're Clear Fork, sometimes you need more than that. 2 overtimes and then a PK shootout that took 9 of his players to finally end it. Beer, not a great clearance to the middle, and still they can't get it out of harm's way as Vermilion keeps it surrounded, but Beachy out of the pack. He'll try to thread one forward here. Martin on the chase, and look how far the keeper comes out. Pretty dangerous play right there for Caleb German. But he's back in his box as Martin sends one. And it'll be knocked down by German. Second shot of the match here for Clear Fork. Beachy backtracks. Now drops it back. Beer, big left-footed bomb. And here's Martin, again working up top. Punch it down into the corner. Martin can't get there first. And well done. Just to weave his way through some traffic there. Keep it in play as it's flicked forward off the dome piece of Petrie. Nobody on the hop with him. As Beer again tries to clear, he'll launch this one. And Swindle steps up and pokes this one out of play. Weichel Has it taken off his foot. Heavy traffic there, a lot of white jerseys in the area. Worth from the near side looking for some options. Beachy attacks him. Now Swindle able to force a bad pass. Beer too with the giveaway, put his hands on his head, and he shocked that nobody tried to make a little run on that. Thought he was able to funnel it into a advantageous situation here for the Colts. Trying to turn against the grain was Penton, and it'll get blistered out of there. And Martin on the chase. Boy, this could spell trouble here for the Sailors. Nick Martin, a couple of touches, left foot, but it's taken away. Boy, what a play by the captain here. It certainly felt like Martin was going to be able to have some type of 1v1 with the keeper, but Zeke Dunn getting it done as the senior trots back into the picture and is able to disrupt that thing. Back to Weichel. Weichel with a soft touch here for McCauley. Slight miscommunication. Colts working on their spacing. Landon McCauley now plays it to the wing. He'll drop in behind as they try to shoot that into the mix. But it's back for Landon. Now Swindle. And it's just misplayed. Throwing coming up on the far side for Brody Morrow. One of the youngsters getting the start tonight for Coach Ennis. He's a sophomore, as is Noah Penton. Decent build as they move his side to side now. Worth still trailing on the play if they need him. But Freeman's going to try to go to work, zip through a double team. It works out. But Beer, like he's done all season long, little slide tackle, and he's able to poke it away. Sharp pass. McCauley steps up. Now from the far side of the field, Swindle being a swindler as he comes up with the theft and shoots it ahead for Martin. Martin back against the grain. Got some numbers moving forward. Weichel bobbles a bit. Now sets it up on the cross. It's headed away. So Vermilion, a little bit of that bend not break mentality. They've allowed the Colts, looking like they've got something going, bust into the attacking third, and they've shut it down so far here tonight. Just 2 shots, neither on frame, and Beachy won't get here either as he tried to fight his way through heavy traffic. Penton with the drop-off here for Noah. And the Sailors content just to have it leak out of bounds. 10 minutes off the clock here in half number 1. Winner moving on to the regionals at Marion Harding. Great looking pass. Weichel. Probably about a half second too long to load up the rocket launcher. As this shot misses everything. So it's been really no quality looks just yet for the Colts, as their senior keeper, Caleb Gurman, has yet to have to come up and make any type of a real save. We've seen he'll be the aggressor, though. Dude came 30 yards out on a play about 4 minutes ago. First touch here on the 50-50 ball, won by the Colts, but taken right away from Kabuto Setzer, who just checked in. As our referee indicates, we're heading back with Vermilion. First foul of the night against either side. Colts playing with everybody on this side of midfield right now. Sailor's going to work it back here the other way. Worth has been a handful when he's had the ball at his feet. This time he loses the battle and it's punched forward. Here's Martin again with the foot race. And he'll just blast it immediately. And that secondary pressure from Zeke Dunn again eliminates a solid look on frame. And I think Martin made the wise business decision there to try to get one. No extra touches, just lined it up. As Dunn catching his breath, they've needed him on a couple of occasions to really come through. Martin settles, now finds Weichel. Here's Beachy. Oh, nice soft little separation, and he'll lift one with the left hand, and a diving save is made, the first of the night by German. Big left foot. 5 shots already by the Colts. That's the first, though, that's hit the bullseye. And maybe not the bullseye. I shouldn't say that. The board. First to hit the board there. We all know the bullseye comes about 3 feet beyond that into the back of the twine. Nice step up top here by the youngster Noah Penton. He'll push to the middle. And the Sailors having troubles trying to find themselves a little bit of separation to get some shots off. And they won't again here. Look at the last moments of this previous play with Freeman trying to maneuver through traffic. And the Colts back line, boy, they've been solid all year. I talked about the fact in the pregame they're giving up only about 1.5 goals per contest. And the MOAC a little weak near the bottom, but really great near the top when you look at the likes of, River Valley and the Ontarios of the world. So they get decent looks in the league, but it's their non-conference as this is swatted out of there at the last moment by Bronson Frost. That's really where they've been able to get battle-tested. Another deflection here by the back line. And we'll register this as the first shot attempt of the night here by the Sailors. Earns him a corner kick as they'll march Morrow up. Lefty should be able to bend this back towards frame. And he will. It's a low line driver. Couple touches, 2 hops off some Clear Fork heads. Do it all over again from the other side. Colts had a opportunity to try to clear it. Half of a shot there from Penton looked like it was off the inside of his foot, and then Wilfing, too, wasn't able to deliver much sauce behind that one. Other side here for Morrow, and they're going with that same look. Near post. Not a lot of trajectory underneath it. Oh, great feed, heavy touch. But it'll be corner kick number 3 on the way here for the Sailors. Vermilion looking to capitalize off a set piece. Penton out at the flag, and he'll play it short. See if they go back to him. Penton lobs it into the mixer. Headed around, but it's into the hands of Bunnell. Another look on our Contact Industries instant replay. Good chunk of the head. Got on it by Gavin. And certainly the best offensive stretch that we've seen here tonight from these Sailors. 3 set pieces. Had another one from midfield a few minutes before, too. So we'll get a substitution. Coy Bieri trotting off. And returning to the fold, Finn McCauley. Good ball to the middle. Even better step up top. Now Beachy on the chase. And forces a giveaway. Nice touch by Beer. They'll get it to Kade. But Kade gets his ball intercepted. Late whistle. And it's going to favor the Colts. Handball right there. Gavin Wilfing. Incidental. And off the free kick, since we didn't see the beginning, I'll replay it. AJ Swindle, I think might have got a little carried away with that one. Probably wanted about 5 yards shy of that. Allow a couple of his Colts to come in and try to make a play. As a sophomore, Beachy comes up with an interception. Now coming back for the pressure along here with McCauley. And just a bad pass here by Noah Penton. Get the ball back into the hands of Clear Fork. Approaching the midway point here of half number 1. Colts so far with 5 shots. Vermilion, I still have them down for just 1. Martin running into a crowd. Lay it back for Bourne. And a solid job of Petrie just to deflect it. And he'll push it out here for Penton. Nolan Penton's been busy here in the early going on this right wing. And that's kind of been where the attack has come so far for Vermilion. They've seldom gone up top here where the ball flies. Now trying to work it in a one-on-one situation. McCauley not giving an inch. And they can't fight through him. Colts able to break it up, send it forward. Now a couple hops and a tap here by Landon McCauley. Penton fighting through traffic, looking to load up that right foot. And at the last moment, stomped on there by Frost. One of the few times that we've really seen Wesley get loose in the middle of the pitch. Bad pass off target from Worth, and this is where the Colts can really excel with Martin up top. Foot race, he gets there, done, forcing him back to the middle, and Nick delivers one! Clear Fork takes the lead. Nick Martin continues his hot streak. He has been like a cup of boiling soup ever since the last several weeks of the season. 5th goal in the last 6 matches for Martin. Has to cut it back against the grain. And then I think Dunn, maybe a little fatigued, didn't even try to stick a foot out there, and it costs him. My favorite Martin, getting it done right there. I think it's everyone's favorite Martin if you're a Clear Fork fan this year. And looking for more right now. Beachy drifts it off here near side. A chance for McCauley to try to do something with it. Finn, a step over in a crowd. Here's Finn McCauley. And they'll shut it down at the last moment. Pretty piece of dribbling that time by the youngster. And the sophomore's got it teed up. He's at the flag. Clear Fork getting everybody up right now except for Beer. Hanging back near midfield as his back post. It's bobbled. And the secondary shot off target. Oh, and that one deflected, Swindle says. And he's right. So they'll get another chance at the corner kick. Look at how close this one was. Gurman went flying up. It came back. Big left foot and redirected the other way. as this one back into the mixing bowl. Swindle times it up off the side of his foot, so Martin will take dead aim. And let's show you this last corner from the top. Another solid placement by the sophomore McCauley. Better job this time by getting to it first by Wilfing. And it'll lead to a goal kick. So lots of action down here at this end for Gavin and his crew on that back line over the last couple of minutes. Drilled off the restart, makes its way back to Frost. As Clear Fork again maintains possession. They've had it for about 60% of the clip so far. Heavy tackle and foul number 2 against the Colts. Clear Fork owns an 8-shots-to-1 advantage so far over Vermilion. Chance for them to try to rewrite how that's going right now, as they've got just about everybody up. Worth looking to make a decision. Give and go. Nice. But too far on the interior there on the look for Noah Penton, as it rolls over the end line. And we'll get a goal kick and a substitution coming in for the Colts. Want to say what's up to everybody out there watching live and free right now on YouTube Channel 1, as well as the Facebooks. Say hi to Stacy Cannon cheering on the Colts tonight, as is Bev Nell. Keith Oswalt says, let's go Colts. And Kevin Dirth and Tabby Britton both agree. Phyllis Miller says, good luck Clear Fork. Judith Bluebaugh, good luck Colts. And Danette Mataya, good luck Colts as well. Telling them to keep it up. That came in just a couple of minutes ago after that Nick Martin goal. I'll jump in the YouTube section here in a minute as well and see what you guys are up to as the Sailors starting to push some numbers forward. Frost defending. He gets some help. Thrown into the middle, but right back at him. Clear Fork packing in the box. Heavy traffic now. 15 dudes in there all sporting a bunch of different colored jerseys. Mostly white, though. They had everybody back. Penton, a little shake and bake. Can't get the pass off. Now here he is, backtracking. And you see, I mean, he is just a little spitfire when he has got the ball at his feet. Weichel doesn't like the call, as it's going to serve up another chance for a set piece here, but they'll actually play quickly, so we'll bring it back to the action. As Noah Penton maneuvering his way. Deflected out of bounds. Clear Fork throwing. Big ball just launched a mile high. Vermilion gets there first, but no weapons in the area after Petrie made contact. Battle for possession, won here by Clear Fork. Beachy, oh, how about that? This kid, I mean, he just measures his passes so well, but we've got a McCauley down right now after that hard slide tackle. And Frost just touches it out. We'll show you what happened, and Finn is back up on his feet. Nice job of getting a piece of the ball there by Brody Morrow. Yeah, Finn moving around fine. And even though it's a nice night, you know, sometimes when you get thrown down to the turf like that, a little bit chilly now. Temperatures dropping about 4 degrees since I set up. It was 60 when I got here. Closer to the mid-50s now. Swindle poked away from him. Thought it would be a Clear Fork throw. Instead, belongs to the Sailors. Freeman back up top. Penton plays it into the box, and it's redirected out of there. Volleyed into the middle A missed strike initially by Beer. And he looked over and he just said, "Thanks for bailing me out, buddy. That was born." And right now with Martin resting over on the sideline, this is a chance, I think, for Vermilion, at least that back defensive unit. Not that you can take a breath or anything, but probably not going to be in as many one-on-one foot races. And I certainly know that this gentleman right here, Zeke Dunn, appreciates that, as it's the 4th foul committed by the Colts. Sailors trying to capitalize. Instead, it'll be Weichel. A little bit of space, and he'll push it forward. Finn McCauley breaks inside, wanted to push it back out to the wing. Now Weichel works it for McCauley, and he delivers! 2-0 Colts! Gorgeous movement of the ball from top to bottom, all the way into the attacking third. And Clear Fork capitalizes. It's the sophomore belting it in to make it 2-0. What a pass. Even better shot. A pair of 2027 grads here connecting. Putting a lot of heat right now on that keeper. One more time on our Contact Industries replay. Couldn't have placed it any better if he went and dropped it right in front. Beautiful connection, and the Colts lead by a pair. Vermilion, as I mentioned in the pregame, every match they've won, they've scored at least 3 goals this year. So if that were to be the case again here tonight, obviously they're going to have to get to that mark. Just 1 recorded shot, though, so far for the Sailors, and not on net as well. They've had a few opportunities where they've had clean licks, but there's just been a lot of traffic sitting back in the box. Clear Fork has not surrendered anything that would have Wes Bunnell feeling like he had to make some type of a great save. Now Wes getting ready for another goal kick. Settles for Weichel. He'll get it to Beachy. Here comes Kade. Like it's on a string every time. Now another sharp pass. Martin just got back in. Bit of a flamethrower. That one missing the mark. Offense just looks different, though, when 23 is navigating up top. Always looking to be a difference maker. 10th shot so far of the match already for the Colts. Half of those have been on frame. Eleven and a half minutes still remaining here in half number 1. Plenty of time for Vermilion to try to cut this deficit in half. Or if you're Clear Fork, certainly feels like they've been riding a wave of momentum that hasn't just ended just yet. When you're on that wave, you can't let it break off on the shoreline. You got to keep pushing. That's what they're doing here. Martin, foot race. Zeke with them stride for stride. And well done by Gurman to come out and shut it down. He's got a pretty good eye back there, knowing when that back, when he's got to come off of it and just fill a void for the defense. But right now, Clear Fork, one of my keys to victory for them was just kind of win the midfield. Vermilion's done a decent job at times, but when Clear Fork has been able to gain possession, they're really doing a great job of flipping the field, getting up into enemy territory. And capping off 2 great goals so far. Martin the first. And then right around 7 minutes later, it's Finn McCauley. Fifth goal of the year for Finn. Martin now into double figures. He and Weichel both tied for the top spots on the team with 10 each. Wesley had it tipped away. That's where Clear Fork, they have been A+ rating by the Skowronski Bureau of Judgment defensively back there. When they're getting right on the outskirts of the box, that's when things really seem to tighten up, and there have been no chinks in the armor here tonight for Clear Fork. Plenty of time, though, still on the clock for something to happen. And talk to coaches all the time about this. And Zach Huff on the call with me last night for the Division III Girls District just talked about what an impact it makes for you psychologically if you can get a late-time goal one way or the other. You put one in, you go in and feel in like all the momentum's on your side. And on the flip end of that coin is, man, how do we just allow that? Thought we were going to be coming in and talking about a different scenario, and every goal in the beautiful game, and particularly in the playoffs, so much value. See if one of these two teams can break one into the back over these last 8.5. Colts working it around the park. How about it? 5 passes, all connecting on feet. In a groove right now as they thread the needle. McCauley into the middle. It's lobbed up. Oh! 2 hits off the post. Will it count? Clear Fork's asking for it. No. Look at this. Wow. Off the crossbar, off the side post. It even comes and caroms off of Caleb Gurman again. Clear Fork a couple centimeters away from putting the Sailors into a 3-0 hole. Boy, was that close. If we get a dead ball here soon, I'm going to spin it back one more time. Beachy and company feel like maybe there's a new replay to be had. As this one settles, here comes Penton. A little bit of a stride behind him. A wave of 4 here for the Sailors. Flanked out, far side, one-on-one. And Kade Beachy stands up. Let me show you just one more time. A little flick and how close it was for Kabuto Setzer to try to get what would have been his 3rd goal of the season. Sports are a game of inches. I think they matter even a little bit more in these competitions where there's a goal involved. This and hockey, it can be, oh my gosh, so fractional just in terms of the result. Bit of a heavy ball on the touch there for Weichel. McCauley had his back to the direction, so it'll give it over to Vermilion. Throwing coming up in front of their own bench. Finds the left foot of beer, and they'll do it all over again here with Worth. Boy, just the constant pressure. Whenever Beachy makes up his mind he's going to go after it, he is a menace. They'll try to find him, and Setzer nearly stuck out his right boot and made something out of that. He will get the theft here. And a deep throw in on the way for the Colts. Dunn tried to go with the leapfrog. Not actually sure why. And the Colts rip this one, Swindle. Had it turned away. Push to the middle here for Wilfing. Bodies hit the deck. And the referee says play on. Thought that the advantage was for Clear Fork. Not sure that I agree with that one, just given that there were 5 defenders. And their best playmaker down on the turf. Beachy gets in the way again. Now Zeke, big one hopper, and Beer, their center backer, comes up and showcases his heading ability. And every great team has to have one of these Liam Beers on their squad that just unafraid of contact, unapologetically will come rack your best offensive player to the turf if it means that he's going after the ball. That's what he's been for this club, and certainly you can tell Zeke Dunn indicates that type of predator on the back line for these Vermilion Sailors as well. Looks like maybe the gas tank for both of these units sitting on about like they need to go get a refill. Last 4.5 minutes. Chance here for Vermilion. What do we got? Whistle's going to go against the Colts. It's off the slide tackle there for McCauley. And you saw boots up, a little bit dangerous. And this is exactly, I think, what the Wellspring Pharmacy would order up here for Vermilion. Chance with the set piece. Your best playmaker back post. He drifted it. Not a good lick on the ball this time here for Wesley Penton. And this is kind of his forte. Dude's been so good all year long. But just misstruck right there. I mean, 44 points on the campaign. Was looking for assist number 17 there with that strike. Show goes on, and off the goal kick. Last touched here by Vermilion. See if Clear Fork, after sometimes those goal kicks, they give you just enough of a break where you can kind of turn the juice back up again. Instead, Penton, in a crowd of white uniforms, pushes it out wide, spacing. A problem right now for Vermilion. That's the ball they needed. Try to stretch out this Colts D. As they push it to the left wing, a chance to try to throw it into the mixer again. See what they do. McCauley on the defense. They'll blow by him. Weichel puts his boots up, but deflected by Swindle. That's been the case over and over tonight. If you can get by the first defense, there's typically a second and third line waiting for you. As that's knocked off of Sam Swindle. And it'll be corner kick number 4 on the way here for Vermilion. As you see Sam directing traffic. Just trying to organize things. And when you're on top here, I feel like it just lifts the spirits defensively for everybody. You want to protect at any cost. That's what I'm seeing right now from the Colts. Can Vermilion get one? They at least found one of their favorite targets here off of those set pieces. That's Gavin Wilfing. But it's off of his dyed hair. And out of bounds here for another Clear Fork goal kick. Bunnell off the goal kick. Wilfing finds it first. And it'll be lobbed out right at midfield. 80 seconds to go before the halftime break. Colts looking to hang on to this 2-0 differential. As the Sailors trying to march into the attacking third. But more good pressure, high pressure here. The heat coming from Setzer. Little turn, Wilfing in traffic. He'll zip one here to the near side. Nice footwork kept in. As they'll switch fields up top now for Noah Penton. And Noah gets knocked down. This is going to be a tough angle here for the Sailors, but they have plenty of time to set things up and treat this more or less as a corner kick. just from actually a better angle. This is exactly what you want. And Penton looked like he's trying to call a timeout. I don't think you have those in this sport. Two-man wall formed here. Bieri and Swindle. He'll piece it over the top. Last gasp here, and the Colts survive as they will go into the half with a 2-0 cushion. Goals by Finn McCauley and Nick Martin. The difference right now as Clear Fork just 40 minutes away from history, trying to march on into the regionals for the first time ever. Their home contingent here, letting them hear it. Great cheering section on hand here from the Valley. We will step aside. We'll come back, and we will have your Mechanics Bank halftime reports, then get you all set for half number 2. It's live, it's free, and it's right here on the OH Report.
We are a compounding pharmacy, so we compound medication that people are not able to find other places. We can make oral liquids, so like liquids you take by mouth. We make creams and ointments, so if you need a medication delivered topically or through the skin, we can get medication into creams that way. We can also make medications into capsules, as well as suppositories, nasal sprays if you need it, things like that.
I think one of the things that makes Wellspring so unique is to give the patient that ability to choose between traditional and or complementary.
If you're needing medication and you're not able to find what you need, or you need it to go into your body in a different way, that's what we help with. At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
Back here at Shelby for your Mechanics Bank halftime show. Clear Fork enjoying a 2-0 advantage here over Vermilion, the number 3 seed right now on top of the number 2. As you folks enjoying live and free coverage, thanks to all of our generous sponsors out there, including Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. Wellspring Custom Pharmacy, they help you choose effective vitamins and supplements. They can also prepare custom medications as prescribed by your healthcare provider or your veterinarian to manage hormone balance, mouth soreness, pain, autoimmune conditions, and much more. Avita Home Health and Hospice, always providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan. And last but not least, our good friends over at Contact Industries. They make some really cool contraptions over there just to make life better in the manufacturing field. So if you've got an idea, if you need something, hit up our people over at Contact Industries. Take a look at these first half stats brought to you by Mechanics Bank. And it will showcase that, wow, Clear Fork really dominating. They've had the run of play, the time of possession, and you see the shots, a dozen of them so far for the Colts, and they were an inch away from making this a 3-0 game, with Kabuto Setzer almost putting one in the back. Martin's had a couple of other occasions to go along with his goal so far where he nearly was able to put one in. And on the other side for the Sailors, they've tried to lift off about 7 or 8 different rockets into the stratosphere. However, just waves of defenders back there for Clear Fork. So I really do tip my cap to the job that Nate Gailey and Coach Beachy and Lobaki have done here tonight. They've got a good game plan where they know their midfield, super talented. Martin is the speedster. If they get it up to him, it's going to be lights out, and they're going to be able to win a lot of those one-on-one or even sometimes one-on-2 matchups. So they're packing it in, man. They're making it really tough on Vermilion and their offense to get any type of shooting windows, and they haven't had any yet. There are one shot so far that they truly got off target, and that's why the Colts right now are in a position where history, baby, it is right at the doorstep for them. A lot of smiles over there, and talking to Coach Gailey a little bit before the match, yeah, it just feels like this team, that they're really playing some of their best soccer of the season right now. The end of the year didn't end how they wanted it to. The tie against River Valley, where they could have got a share of the MOAC championship, and also they got a draw too against a Crestview team that was one and done here in the tournament. So that Ashland lost as well on senior night, they didn't love it. So they've turned the page, and since they've been here into the tournament, they looked fantastic in that victory at home against Upper Sandusky, and then a 0-0 through 2 overtime game against Kenton goes to a penalty shootout. And Coach Gailey said that's something that they prep for every single night, that they'll do it where they'll do their conditioning and then they'll come and they'll do PKs. He said he knew his top 10 immediately as soon as they got into that situation. And it's one of the bizarre parts of the high school soccer season where it's not needed at all until the playoffs. So you don't work on it. Well, you do, but not in the actual gameplay where you can get some real practice. So Coach said that they were more than prepared for that opportunity and a chance to knock off Kenton. They were able to do that, and now they got a 2-0 advantage over Vermilion, looking to move on to the regional. But still, plenty of game to be played. And the Sailors, they've got the offense to do it. They've got some weapons. This is a team that you can't sleep on. As we wrap up our Mechanics Bank halftime reports, and we get ready for second half action. Referees checking with both sides, making sure that they are ready. And here we go. Flick to the outside here for Weichel. And it's Finn McCauley bursting through. A little bit of contact and quarter kick. So nice job here by Finn, just to keep his feet and his faculties as he drifts off into the corner and lays it off the defender. And he'll take this set piece. Actually, oh, I'm sorry, it was a foul. First foul actually against Vermilion as he shoots it right into the hands here of Caleb Gurman. Had Swindle on the backside and then Beachy in front. And just wasn't able to deliver it on target. Swindle finds Martin up top. He'll try to push it out in front for Beachy. Sailors get there first. And just a small series of turnovers right now. We'll end with a Sailors throw-in coming up. Parker steps on it. He'll leave it here for Morrow. And Parker there. Yeah, he was certainly felt like Clear Fork touched it last, standing his ground. So it will be Vermilion ball as they'll work it to the back line, looking to switch fields. Done a decent job of this on a couple of occasions tonight. When they've gone right to left, I feel like they've had their better opportunities here tonight as opposed to what Clear Fork's done, is just go straight through the midfield. As this is kept in play, great job, excellent hustle in the acceleration by Parker. But Walloped out of there. Look how high here Zeke's playing now. So you can tell Vermilion, they've got the attitude of, we got to go get one, man. We got to put some pressure on these Colts. Cannot lay back. Leaves them susceptible to potential counter strikes here with Martin working up near midfield. But it also gives you more opportunities to keep the ball in the attacking third if the window in the midfield is a little bit more closed. Couple moves, touch line, but you see 4 or 5 Colts all in the vicinity. Bourne comes out, and he's able to get it to their star sophomore. Oh, little flick. Gorgeous stuff here. Owen Bourne on the fly. He's got Weichel in the middle. He gets undercut. Excellent job by the Colts, though. Kind of changing the narrative, flipping the script for a moment. As we're just over 3 minutes here in second half action. And it's been the Sailors dictating a lot of the pace. And they're going to have the throw-in over on the far sideline. While they await to get it in, I'm going to take a look and just see what's going down in the comments section. How we doing out there, YouTube land? Hey, Josh Young finds us again. No surprise. Great to have you on board here, Josh. Cheering on the Colts. Kozakov says, good work, Colts. Another one, too. And then T-Bonell. Way to go, Colts. Keep it up. Watching from sunny Florida. Hopefully everything's doing well down there for you guys. Obviously, a couple of rude hurricanes coming through and disrupting one of my favorite vacation or just like visitation spots. Doesn't even matter. I go down there for work a lot, and I just love everything about it. Speaking of work, how about McCauley? Looking to work in his second goal, but defended nicely. How about this? Looked like he was going to be able to cut it back, get a big shot, but Brody Morrow, wags the finger at him. Chip and struck there by Landon McCauley. Just unfazed this back line here tonight for the Colts. The MVP's all over the place right now for Clear Fork. I can't even necessarily identify who would be the front runner. I love what Martin brings when he's on the field always. Like, he is the human microwave. That's my nickname for him. It's always instant offense. Brings the heat. In the middle, Beachy distributing. Weichel, he's been his running mate. Fantastic. And then on the back line with Beer, McCauley and company, I mean, those dudes, they are just closing the door anytime there's a draft coming their way. It's been phenomenal to watch. Now Swindle, a couple of nice touches, draws the defense. Boy, this team just playing in a groove, even though it doesn't matriculate into anything moving more forward. You can tell that they're really feeling one another out on the field as Penton pushes this one, and probably the wise move that time, just to send this one into the student section, at least on football nights. Big bopper that time from Bronson Frost. So Bunnell and company, see if they can get tested here, as it'll be corner kick number 5 for the Sailors. First here in half number 2. Vermilion taking their time. Morrow will be the trigger man here from the flag. Right foot on the left side. Right now they've got 4 dudes back post. We'll see if they strike it that way. They do, but I think it kind of faded away from where he wanted to target it. Try to bend it more towards frame instead of away from the action. And that's more or less why it got turned away, as does this carry. As it stays in bounds, and a good strike. Here's Martin on the fly. Kind of overran it. I think he was surprised that he was able to get to it first. Poked away. How good has Weichel been in this match? And now for Martin in the middle. One hopper. And a deep throw in on the way here for the Colts. Another look as Martin tried to just finesse this baby out in front of Owen Weichel, as it seems to be a lot of one-on-one action in and around the attacking third when the Colts are getting down here in this end. It just looks a lot different, more challenged when Vermilion has the ball up near the box. And that's what you want in any sport. When things are just coming natural in the flow of things, that's when you're at your best. You're just using your instincts, not overthinking things. Certainly feels like it's a bit of a flow state here tonight for the Colts. That being said, it's just a 2-goal differential, and anything that goes into the back of the net here for Vermilion, I mean, it changes the entire way that this game's going to be played. But they do have to get one, as that dreaded turf monster pops up there at midfield. But a good find here in traffic. The captain pushing forward. Pressure out here on Petrie as he looks to make his move, splitting through a double team. But Beachy, 2 strong tackles, able to take it right off his foot. More pressure. Bourne has it go underneath him, but it'll be last touched here by the Sailors. Just consistent, heavy pressure here by the Colts out on the wing. And like I said, they're coming in packs. They're 2 or 3 guys always there to ensure that if you get by one guy, there's someone waiting for you. Beachy overruns it. This could be a good chance for Vermilion as Beer slides down. Ends the threat for now. Morrow controls. Now Brody looking to go 1v1. He'll just push it ahead. Disrupted yet again by the back line of Clear Fork. Gorgeous game plan and execution thus far for the Colts. Heavy tackle, no call. Leaves Martin one-on-one. He's marked, but he'll turn in. Now Nick, left foot. Oh, off the upright. But another good find here for Nick Martin. One quarter of the gameplay here in the second half already gone. I'm sure that for Coach Ennis, it felt like the game plan was to come out and try to strike in those first 5. They were aggressive. They had a lot of dudes moving a little bit higher up than their back line was in the first half. As the Colts draw the foul here. High pressure, but it leaves a little void here in the midfield. Chance for Vermilion to try to get cooking here with Wilfing. Nice setup, the push in space. How many times have we seen that tonight? That last pass not connecting. It's as if the Wi-Fi came unplugged just at the last moment. But a good ball to the corner. Beer read it well. As we've got a man down on the pitch right now here for Clear Fork. Looks like that's Will Stewart who's shaken up. Getting a little bit of help as he's up to his feet and being helped over to the sideline, really favoring that left foot or ankle. And the replay is already down. So I didn't notice in real time what exactly happened to force Stewart off with that left leg injury. As Kade Beachy will fill his void. And stepping up right here, getting that first touch right away. Kind of caught up in the air, headed by Swindle. And for the Sailors, I do feel like this has to be kind of the sweet spot for them. In between the football 10 and 20-yard line. It's too tough a sledding once you start breaking into the box. Haven't been able to, really meticulously thread a needle pass. So I'd probably come from the wing. That's where they've had a ton of success. Really, they've done a nice job of pulling a couple of defenders out here wide. But that ball in's got to be a little bit better. See if they can settle one here inside the box. They can't. Colts again push it out. Throwing down the line, nobody available on the other end here for the Colts. Petrie now spinning his way and loses the handle. Battle going for possession out there. And the referee says last touched by the Sailors. Freeman feels like it should be a different story. They're not going to change the call for Nick, not this time. Did hear, that controversy the other night in that penalty kick shootout with Kenton when over the loudspeaker they were announcing the names of the players and they allowed the second kicker for Kenton to go a second time just because they argued it well enough with the referee. So sometimes, politicking, throwing your lawyer cap on, we say that it doesn't ever get you anywhere. Well, it did the other night here at Shelby. A little bit of space here on the near side. See if Vermilion goes that way. Said we'll get a whistle in the midfield. Comes on this infraction here, Swindle. Stepping two and knocking down the Sailor. As they'll tee it up and they'll go really quickly. Try to find Wesley Penton. He'll push it up top. Freeman going touchline, bends it back. Penton through the middle. Bicycle kick, keeps it in for McCauley. And this is primetime stuff right here. Instead of allowing a corner kick, that little effort right there, and then Beachy wisely just slots it out of bounds. Throwing down into the corner is knocked out here by McCauley. And we've got a stoppage of play. It's for a bloody nose as a sailor came sprinting off. Getting attended to right now by the trainer. I didn't catch a number. I'll look down there and see here in a second. Looks like it's Andrew McLaughlin who's over sidelined right now, and trainer coming to get him like a cotton swab, try to clean that up. Yet again, you see there's a little bit of space, and then all of a sudden, the Colts stepping at the exact right moment and in unison too. Clear Fork's trying to make the case that it should be their ball. But it'll be awarded as a corner kick in the second here of half two for Vermilion. Triggered in and sells by everybody. They were targeting back post, Wilfing. Goal kick. So no harm, no foul there. As it's now 15 minutes gone here in the second half, and Clear Fork inching a step closer now to getting that first ever district championship. Haven't been in the district finals since 2014. That a 3-0 loss at the hands of Ontario. So with this new restructured and addition of 2 new divisions, these 2 programs really feel like they've benefited a bunch, not having to go through the likes of a Lexington, Madison, Ontario anymore. And the Colts, even though they're the number 3 seed, you know, they were very confident coming into this tournament in the district, especially off of that win over Upper Sandusky and just how clean they played. Feeling like they probably could emerge out of here and get to a regional for the first time. I asked Coach Gailey if he wanted to come have a conversation if they get a victory here tonight. And his parting words when I was leaving their bench to come up here and do my job tonight was, I hope to get to come talk to you, Brian. So obviously this would be huge for them. And especially the way that their regular season went. So many sophomores. I mean, our player spotlight tonight, Kade Beachy. He's kind of the top dog, if you will, but there are a lot of players in this sophomore class that you would look at and say, this has been a staple. Their keeper has been great. Obviously, McCauley, who's got one of the goals tonight. Sharp all year. Weichel, the midfield buddy. Just a lot of dudes that you could really target. Setzer, too, out here making some nice pressure plays. But here's the straw that mixes everything around out here. Though not a good-looking pass that time from Beachy. Had a couple of different targets. It was in between each, but a nice tackle. And no whistle. A chance for Beachy. On the fly, wanted to redirect for Weichel. But it's deflected and a chance for a counter strike. Sailors lift one deep. On the run. Here comes Freeman. And McCauley comes in. Shoulder to shoulder, knocked him off his spot. And now the whistle will come in and end the threat. And we might get a card here. Boy, it's going to go against Vermilion. I'm a little surprised, I got to say. Oh, on his way up, it looked like he might have struck McCauley. We don't have it there on the replay. We'll show it one last time, at least the contact. And, okay, so, yeah, when you get another opportunity to see it, we don't have the luxury, or I should say the referees don't, of being able to spin it back, slow motion, watch it as many times as you want. We'll do it again here. I mean, there's no question that McCauley, he makes a nice play there on the tackle, and then the player who got the card, too aggressive. And then also kind of threw a half strike, it looked like, at McCauley on his way up. So that'll be our first card of the match. And just the second foul against Vermilion here in this second. Didn't get a single whistle against them in terms of an infraction or a foul in that first half. Sailors fans really disappointed that there was no foul called there, as Freeman was battling down in the corner. Thought that he might have got fouled once or twice, and the referees, ARs, allowed it to go on. So understand their frustration as that hits the referee in the middle. Off the drop ball, quick touch, they'll find Penton. Right back, give and go, Wesley Penton. And just too small to be colliding with the likes of Swindle there in the box. And just another beautiful step at the right moment. That's what Clear Fork's had going for him on a regular routine tonight, is waiting until they need to, and that's when the pressure comes. And it's bursted a lot of pipes here tonight. When you start talking about the offensive setups tonight for Vermilion, as the window has just closed over and over. As this whistle on a little tug rather, from Brody Morrow. And in these tournament games, I mean, you always expect this. Things are going to get chippy, man, as the night rolls along. Unquestionably, when you're out there and you're kind of going toe-to-toe with the same people here for the better part of an hour now, that's what you expect, is the physicality to reach new heights. I think that's what we're going to experience here over these last 20 minutes and change. It's been a nice run up here, getting on the attack for the Sailors. And they'll keep it here with the throw-in coming up on the far side. Doesn't look like they've got one of those superior weapons in terms of a guy that can throw it in and chuck it into the box, and, you know, it's kind of like a quasi-corner kick. A lot of teams feature that these years. As we get a shot, and it's just off of the football crossbar. That'll be a dead ball. But this is the best look we've had all night for Vermilion, and this is what I was talking about. This is that sweet spot. If you're going to have about a yard or two where there's no defenders in front of you, the way that they're being played right now, you have to try to take dead aim. Beautiful stuff right there from Vermilion. Though it comes up empty-handed, and really it's just their third shot of the night. None have been on target. So Wes Bunnell, I mean, he's not that he's had a night off, but he has not been pressured much. Vermilion fans getting impatient. Don't love that call either. As the Colts get right back to it. Played it quickly. Sailors with the clearance. Now they've got possession. As Freeman lays it out to the wing. And this time it's going to go against Clear Fork. And I'm kind of surprised, you know, Vermilion played that one fast instead of trying to move everybody forward. It was too quickly played, and it cost them. They didn't get anything out of it. Bad pass, and the Colts right back to work. Have not been down at this end, putting much pressure on the back line of the Sailors in quite some time. Left defending, and maybe that's a bit more of the strategy as well, though, here for Coach Gailey and this staff. Beachy and Labaki just determining, you know, maybe we can, with this 2-0 advantage, you know, we've got the luxury of being able to play a bit more of a defensive-minded game. Not right here. Finding feet. And now Kade flips it here near side. Settles for Weichel. Back to Beachy, give and go. Great execution. They've got Martin tracking the play. And Weichel just lays it off. Deflecting it off of the shin guards, as we'll get a corner kick First here of the second half for the Colts. McCauley drips it, back post, nice header, wow! Got by the keeper, but the last line of defense able to strike it out of there. Who was this close? We got to show it to you again. Great header, might have been a diving save, but instead just blasted out of there by Wilging. Whew. That was close. Martin, all sorts of green around him as he makes his charge. Connecting pass. Way too far out in front, though, for Weichel. Be a throw-in out on the wing. Penton picks it up. Throws it back to the midfield. Sailors trying to reverse things as we see Dunn up in more of an attacking role here in this second half. And deflected, it'll be corner kick, I do believe, as Brady Parker had that one redirected. And you can hear the Sailor coaching staff saying, quickly now. Still 16 minutes, lots of time, but you want to get one here soon. It'll pose a lot of pressure. Ball, back post, the header. Back the other way. Throw in. Down into the short corner. Waiting for it is Penton. He'll lift one here into the mixer. It's on the outside. One-timer. Deflected out of there. Good shot that time by Dunn. At least got a lot of leather on it. But that pass off target for him. Good solid action, though, here on the offensive side of things for Vermilion. They have had the run of play here in half number 2. As that is just belted by Beer. And Martin, I mean, he never knows how to turn the light switch off. It's taped into the on situation all the time for him. And decent pressure, too. Kind of forced a Gurman play to be a lot quicker than he was anticipating. Can the Sailors find a little bit of offensive magic here? They've got great spacing right now. Just a bad pass. A lot of other options out there, including Worth here on the wing. It's been the best option so far for them. Let's try to go inside out. Pitch down into the corner. McCauley there. And again, they have to throw it in short. So, like I was saying a little bit previously, just must not have that big gun rocket launcher type of guy. But they do have another corner kick. This their 7th of the match. And no shots off of these yet, though. Been pretty surprised. Here's Penton. Back post fading. There's a shot. But again, Clear Fork's there to make it so that it's not anything on target. And you see the hands go up by Nick Freeman. It might have hit him. So Freeman actually getting in the way of what could have been trouble that time for Wes Bunnell. He's clearly in no hurry right now to get this back into the field of play. 13 minutes, 20 seconds. All that's in between Clear Fork and a shot at regionals for the first time in school history. Dunn gets his pass intercepted. Now Weichel here to the near side. Stewart's back into the mix. Glad that he's fine. He'll give Setzer on the fly. And who touched it last? Goal kick. Good chase given, though, here by Kabuto. And it is just off his left boot. Acting quickly off the goal kick. And everything's got to be with haste from this point forward now for Vermilion. They came out the aggressors at the beginning of the second half, and they have delivered in terms of the time of possession. Just very little to show for it. 2 shots and nothing on frame. Everything deflected out in front. As McCauley comes up with the theft. Here comes Finn dropping it off Weichel. Little bit of space, but a little too much sizzle on the bacon that time. Made it extra crispy instead of just right. No Goldilocks effect on that shot. 4th shot of the second half for the Colts. They have not been able to put one on target either. As this ball will escape all the way down into the box. And Bunnell happy to drop on top of it. A few more seconds going to come off the clock. As the lefty punts, a hop, Setzer's there. But one out of the sky by Dunn. Pretty play. That's what he does so well. Beachy draws a little bit of attention. And now Setzer the setup one-timer. Oh! Weichel on the receiving end. By far the best setup that we've seen from either team in the second half. Kabuto left it off for him. Just mishit. "17 shots in the match now for Clear Fork overall. Beachy going shoulder to shoulder down there. Great aggression. Colts fan out, 8 on the back. Have to try to drive one through. They do, but it's over top. Great. Just individual 1-2 right here for Brady Parker. 2 defenders draped on each side. Frost on the back end. Bunnell waiting for him. And he rips it just a shade too tall. Bunnell plays it here low on the ground. He finds Stewart. And he'll take a few touches middle. Back to him. And this is all Clear Fork really has to do. Just try to hang on to the rock. Play a little bit of keep away. And if you get a chance there for the counter strike, as we saw just about a minute ago, opportunities are going to be available. It's got to be a much higher line here over these last 10 minutes for Vermilion, and we've seen that here in the second half. Certainly have been taking the fight to Clear Fork. They've been handling down at this end. Unable to capitalize on anything as Beachy carries and trips up. Whistle's going to come in. 4th foul against Vermilion in the contest. This one escaping away. So what does Vermilion have? 3 on 4. It's formulating right now with Parker at the controls. Pokes away, and how about this run? Let's see what we get here. We don't get Beer often coming up in the attacking third if it's not off a set piece. Nearly tripped himself over the ball, and now he's down on his butt, so he's going to have to get on his horse. Here he is back into the picture. And a trip, it might even be a yellow card. So, sometimes that's when they say, just stay in your lane. That's why Liam Beer doesn't get up on offense often. And, boy, that's a really minimal touch. That is Flop City, USA, right here in Whippet country. But who cares if you're Vermilion? You've got one of their best players sidelined, yellow carded, and now Wesley Penton, your best weapon. Chance to try to get assist number 17 on his senior campaign. And they've got 6 offensive players, all on the outskirts of the 18, ready to make their charge. Wesley strikes. And a little bit undervalued there. I don't think he quite gave what he wanted to that hit. So it allows for a counterattack. Like I said, they're susceptible now to this. When you leave Morrow and company back here on an island. Quick throw in. Let's spin it back here to this last opportunity. And you see just, I mean, that's 8 Clear Fork defenders all there in the box. So, I don't know. You might have to try to take dead aim with something like that. As got a player down right now for Vermilion. And the trainers are going to have to come on. Take this opportunity just to say thank you to, first off, all of you guys out there watching live and free. I want to be here if you guys didn't care. So appreciate each and every fan that we have tuning in. But we wouldn't be live and free without our friends over at Contact Industries. And Dan Arnholt, what a guy, what a family, what a business they have out there. Please support them in any way that you can. Avita Home Health and Hospice, they're providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespans. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. And the Wellspring Custom Pharmacy, helping you choose effective vitamins and supplements that can prepare custom medications as prescribed by your healthcare provider or veterinarian. They can manage hormone balance, mouth soreness, pain, autoimmune conditions, and much more. Stephanie Lane, the GOAT of knowing what's going on with you. I get a chance to see her every Tuesday morning. If I have a problem or anybody else in my business connection group, Stephanie low-key is my doctor at this point. So give them a try on West 4th Street in Ontario. Zeke Dunn is the injured player down right now here. And he was grabbing his head. Now they're kind of, looking at maybe a couple of his lower extremities. So you certainly hope he's okay. He's been a game changer. And 160 of you all watching together. Dan saying, let's finish strong, Colts. Thomas Tipple says, let's go, Colts. Kevin McMahon, if I'm saying that right, watching from West Palm Beach, Florida. Again, thanks for all the soccer matches that we've been able to bring this year. It is my pleasure. One of my favorite sports, the beautiful game. Jacob cheered on the Colts, as is Melissa. Chris Dill is watching and dropping a couple of hearts. One green and one black, so we know who he's cheering for. Ruby, one of our all-time greatest fans, is looking for the OH report on her TV, but she can't find us. How strange that she's commenting on here and she can't find us. Ruby, you're here. Justin says, cheering on Coach Nate and the Colts from Connecticut. Hey, what's up, man? Halftime stats show the Colts with 5 offsides and 1 card. What did I miss? I must have messed that up. My bad, Keith. To double check what I did there. We do have a card here in the second half on Clear Fork. As Jen says, come on, Sailors. And you never want your season to finish, especially when you get this deep, you can start to taste it, baby. And especially for these two teams, talking to both head coaches before the game, they felt like this is theirs for the taking. The SBC really strong this year, up near the top. Very weak near the bottom, a la the MOAC. It's identical, except for a lot more conference games go into this thing for Vermilion. I think they played 10 of them, if I'm not mistaken, and they were right there in the mix. Ties with a couple of really good teams in Perkins and Norwalk. They lost to Edison, the champion, during the regular season, but guess what? They got, such sweet revenge here in the tournament action when it matters most. So for Vermilion and their fan base, it's been a fun ride. You just hope that it can continue. And same thing here for this captain. Very slow to get up to his feet. Zeke Dunn was fantastic in that first half defensively. They've moved him up in kind of more of a calculated midfield role as Coach Ennis and trainer helping him off. And I'm not 100% sure exactly what Zeke is dealing with, but prayers up always. Injuries in sports are the worst thing. You want everybody to be able to compete at their maximum potential and ability every single night, and you need a dude like this out there on the pitch all the time if you're Coach Ennis. So we certainly are sending out some positive vibes up here from the press box for you, Zeke. But still a game to be played in 8:08 showing on the clock still for these Vermilion Sailors. They're going to have to dig deep. And my camera guy, Jeremy People, saying that he's being evaluated for a concussion. And he was grabbing the back of his head. So that makes sense. And those are the most tough injuries, really, to kind of manage and deal with. Because, I mean, I don't think I had one when I played football or basketball growing up. But I was a part of games where other kids certainly got them. But we didn't know what it was back in the early 2000s. We didn't talk about it other than just, quote, you got your bell rung, kid. Shake it off and get back out there. So it's fortunate that we, in these trainers, there's been so much time and education put into it that we're aware now that Zeke probably got to be sidelined for the rest of the night, and you just hope that he can, get over this here in the coming days, if not hours. But as we return to action, it is going to be a Clear Fork throw-in. And Martin, he's one of those guys, he's got that strong arm. You kind of wish that he could be out there, too, and throw it to himself. One of the biggest, best targets for Clear Fork. But a great slide tackle and a takeaway, but Clear Fork almost re-gifted. Big ball punch through the middle. On the back end, McCauley chasing it down. Kind of surprised he didn't try to send this one down the line. So Vermilion trying to make a couple of nice runs here. Disrupted as Wilfing made his charge. As it's punched down the line. Well done. Little side spin. Martin, foot race, wins a lot of these. And just going to take it down into the corner. It'll be a goal kick, though. So stride for stride there with him. That time was McLaughlin. Nick Martin accustomed to winning a lot of those battles throughout the season. But this is exactly what you want if you're a Clear Fork fan. Time winding, ball not even really in the field of play. And now headed back towards Setzer in the middle. Bumped off his line. Kabuto's got a nice strong base. Able to keep it, and boy, right through a double team. Beautiful feed, but it's right back down here in Weichel. Gonna flip it to the middle. Beachy on the hop. Little karate kick. Able to get it back out to Weichel. Oh, excellent feed. Just a slight bit behind. And Clear Fork keeps it, though. Frost has been active, and, the two big boppers on that back line, they stand out for Clear Fork. Maybe it's that bleach blonde hair. But whatever it is, Bronson Frost and Liam Beard, they are just really tough to try to crack that code. They've got security to the maximum back there. Ooh, slick move. Touchline here for Penton. But busted up. Go right back to him on that far wing. Now here's Noah. Trying to draw a defender before he makes his decision. Sets it up. Heavy touch here for Worth. And he'll just trickle in for one of the very few touches tonight for Wespinel. He has not had to do much, folks. The beneficiary of, like I was just complimenting, that back line. Superb. I think the best match that I've seen Clear Fork play defensively, and maybe overall when you consider the level of competition out here tonight. And it's a little bit of a touch foul. And the Sailors now sub 5 minutes. This is when you fly into the danger zone. That's what Coach Huff was telling me last night. When you're trailing by 2, normally you like to aim for, before you get to the 10-minute mark, really try to touch into the deficit. But if you can't, once it gets to 5 minutes, this is where you sell out. This is where the game plan kind of goes out the window, and you gotta send all the troops out onto the battlefield, man. You live and die by the sword, and at this point in the competition, who cares if you lose by 10 or 2? You gotta go get one if you want to keep your season alive. How about this on the money? Not a lot behind it for Swendel, but I'll run it back. I mean, this is a dime piece. And just Sam Swendel with like a 50% execution there. Got the head, got it on frame, but an easy save that time for Gurman. First shot on goal for either team in this second half. and it comes 36 minutes in. So I think, you tip your cap to both of these offenses. The midfield has been good. Nice turn. McCauley elected not to come up and pressure immediately, so it allows Parker a chance. Looking to go 1v1. Got a man down in the corner. Goes by him. Back post. Sailed it. Little too much sriracha right here. Needed more of a mild sauce on that one. And so one of the better opportunities that we've seen, and certainly going touchline. But plenty more chances still going to be available here over these last few minutes, you think, for Vermilion. But that, not a great decision by Nick Freeman. Had plenty of space that he could have tried to draw the defender over. So instead, it's about 15 seconds off on the collection and the punt by the keep. And this is what the Colts need. Just bust it down into the corner and see if Setzer, somebody can't try to turn infield and make a play. Strong tackle and taken off his right foot as it's deflected out of bounds. And according to the OH.REPORT analytics that are being developed by my brain right now, Clear Fork got about a 98.5% chance to win this match. Great opportunity here for the Colts to get where no team in program history has gone before. Just got to try to survive here. What you anticipate is going to be a big onslaught, though. Vermilion's got to send everybody forward. I'm kind of surprised that they're able to thread this needle. The best look, back post, they got it! Vermilion's on the board, and maybe that 98.5% just came way down because Brady Parker, icy. How about it, folks? Somehow, some way, a great pass. He gets one-on-one with Landon McCauley. And Wes Bunnell can't stop the Iceman from putting that one away. Now we've got a new ball game. 1:53 to go. And that's enough time here for Vermilion to, again, just send those troops forward. You got to have your full mass on the way. But we're going to get a whistle. Free kick here for Clear Fork. And they don't need to be in any type of hurry to try to set this thing up and get to work. Yeah, they're talking about strategy here, of course. McCauley, he's taking dead aim. Great leaping ability, taking that at the third story by Caleb. But it does leave open the window for a counterattack. He rolled it out right where it needed to be as they pitch it to the corner, and here we go. Here's Petrie to the middle, spinning and losing his footing. Didn't get fouled, clearly. I think maybe, I don't know, he might have pulled up lame. And now you see just how far Gurman's out. And he's got to be, he might just have to take this himself. And sometimes you got to get in that kind of hockey situation where everybody, all 11, got to be up. This a couple hops. Setzer barely gets there behind. So a chance here for the Sailors. Oh, what'd they call? I missed it. Nevertheless, final 30 seconds. Flicked forward here by Penton. Hopping around, and Beer takes it out towards the corner. Wise veteran move here. Liam Beer had it poked away, though. And, oh, a lot of contact. My goodness. My goodness. Swindle could have changed the course of history, but the Colts still rewrite the history books as they are district champions for the first time ever. 2-1, but what a push from Vermilion there in those last couple of minutes when it looked like they would be dead to rights. Left on the side of the highway as roadkill. Clear Fork your champions here of 2024 in the newly formed Division 4 tournament. What excitement for their fans. Everybody up on their feet over in the visitor bleachers. Big congratulations to Vermilion. Great season. They pushed so strong there at the end. They never gave up. But it's just Clear Fork's night. Might have got away with one there at the very end. We'll step aside with a quick commercial break. We'll return. We will have the trophy and medal presentation. We're going to hear from the victorious head coach, Nate Gailey. And, of course, an MVP interview still all on the way here from Shelby. Keep it locked in. Our post-game coverage will return right after this.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well. It's your post-game show here from Shelby, presented by Mechanics Bank. Ah, that's better. 2-1 your final score. Clear Fork marching on into the regionals. Haven't done that before in program history, so this has never before been seen ever by human eyes. Brian Skowronski here with you on the call tonight, along with my fabulous camera work from Jeremy Peoples. And great season by the number 2 seed in Vermilion. They're going to come out and receive their medals as district runners-up here in Division 4. 10 wins for them so far on the season, but it does come to a close. Fun team to watch as they got right here on the doorstep a chance to get back to the regionals for the first time since 2016.
And a great scare given with Parker and company getting that goal right near the end of the game. 1:53 to go, and there was just 8 ticks on the clock, and I was stunned at the way that Sam Swindle came over and defended, knocked a dude to the ground in the box. It didn't get called. There was a lot of upset Vermilion players. They kept pleading their case after the fact. No penalty kick was awarded, and that's a tough call to make. Of course, if you are a referee, I think, let me see if it was my last replay. There it is. It's at the very end, though. So it's actually AJ Swindle. But you see, sold well. And I think the offensive player jumped up for Vermilion and really thought that he was going to be issued with a PK, and it just never came. But nevertheless, just a great season again here for Vermilion, and they've had a nice run here. Double-digit wins for the last few, and Coach Ennis and his club right there in the mix again for an SBC championship. Came up tied there near the top of the pack, I think in 3rd place. And now as district runner-up, you got to like what you saw from them this season, and definitely here tonight. I will crank up the volume here on the loudspeakers at the facility, and I'll just turn it over. That way you guys can hear the names called and them receiving their medals here for a moment. Now here comes Coach Ennis to get his runner-up medallion. And typically it's the seniors or the captains that will come up and they will receive the runner-up trophy. So more hardware here to add for Vermilion in boys soccer. Congratulations to the Sailors and that group of seniors. And always tough coming right off of a loss to try to feel that joy of what you've just accomplished. But I think certainly a lot to be excited about. But a little bit more over on the opposing sideline as Colts Nation, they brought it here tonight. No, a much shorter trip for them, of course, to go from one end of Richland County to the other. But they are your Division IV district champions. And again, I'll quiet down here, and I'll let you listen to the loudspeakers as each member of the Colts will come up and will earn their medal.
Number 3, Will Stewart. Number 4, Coy Berry. Number 6, Owen Bourne. Number 7, Kade Beachy. Number 8, Logan Kraminsky. Number 9, Bronson Frogs. Number 10, Finn McCauley.
Finn with a goal tonight.
Number 11, Owen Weichel. Number 12, Jaden Lacey. Number 14, Kale Beery. Number 15, Landon McCauley. Number 16, AJ Swindle. Number 18, Sam Swindle. Number 20, Kabuto Setzer. Number 21, Hunter Weichel. Number 22, Johnny Honest. Number 23, Nick Martin. Number 24, Lucas Kraminsky. Number 31, Hayden Wilson. Assistant coach, Matt Beachy. Assistant coach, Jeff Labaki. And head coach, Nate Gailey.
We'll hear from Coach Gailey coming up here after they get their award and get a team pick as ADB Jessica Brokaw about to hand off the district championship trophy to her Colts. How about it, folks? Liam Beer takes it. Fitting, because I chose him as our game MVP tonight. So we will hear from Liam coming up in an interview in a few more minutes as the seniors getting their photo. Nice healthy collection of them down there along with the coaching staff.
Once again, we want to congratulate both school teams for outstanding effort this season.
And as much love and appreciation as, you know, the sophomores really get for helping lead this team to this district championship in the season that they've had, and certainly the future so bright here for the Colts. You got to love what your veterans bring, and, you know, when you look at the likes of Beer and Stewart and obviously Bourne, great season. Graminsky, Bronson Frost, dynamite on that back line. Landon McCauley, too. Sam Swindle, physical force. Hunter Weichel. And then Hayden Wilson. This group will be remembered forever for what they've accomplished here tonight and this season throughout this tournament run, and nearly didn't get to this point if you had an opportunity on Monday to watch that amazing shootout victory for Clear Fork. They are your champions of 2024 here in the Division IV district. We will take a quick commercial timeout, and depending on what they're doing with this after party, these Colts, we'll see if we can get Liam Beer up here to talk to us. And then, like I mentioned, Nate Gailey as well will come have a conversation. We'll hear from both of them here on the other side of a commercial break. Your championship winning Colts will be back in just a minute. Actually, 3. See you soon.
We are a compounding pharmacy, so we compound medication that people are not able to find other places. We can make oral liquids, so like liquids you take by mouth. We make creams and ointments, so if you need a medication delivered topically or through the skin, we can get medication into creams that way. We can also make medications into capsules, as well as suppositories, nasal sprays if you need it, things like that.
I think one of the things that makes Wellspring so unique is to give the patient that ability to choose between traditional and or complementary.
If you're needing medication and you're not able to find what you need, or you need it to go into your body in a different way, that's what we help with. At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
You just watched playoff soccer, didn't even pay a dime, just enjoyed it right from your living room or backyard or, I don't know, maybe your friend's house, cruising in the car as a passenger. Wherever you are, thanks for watching, and thanks to all of these amazing sponsors, including Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. Avita Home Health and Hospice, they are providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespans. Contact Industries, Inc., located in Lexington. If you need a thingamajig to help make the thingamabobbit run, I'm pretty sure that they know how to make it. Get a hold of Dan Arnholt. He'll make it happen. Wellspring Custom Pharmacy, helping you choose effective vitamins and supplements. They can also prepare custom medications as prescribed by your healthcare provider or veterinarian to manage hormone balance, mouth soreness, pain, autoimmune conditions, and many more. I see we've got our MVP along with Coach Nathan Gailey. They are walking up the bleachers right now. We are going to hear from Liam Beer and Coach coming up in about 2 minutes. Hang tight. Our post-game coverage will continue. We're joined now by our player of the game, Liam Beer. Big time performance on that back line tonight. And first and foremost, buddy, tell me, how's it feel to be a champion?
Great. I've always wanted this since I was a freshman. My whole team did. We just really locked in recently, and we deserved it, I think.
I feel like this was the best defensive match that I've watched you guys play all year, considering the level of competition. You were stepping to the ball right when you needed to in the back line. You only allowed like 4 shots the entire game, only one of them on net. It ended up going in there in the last couple of minutes. But what did you feel like as a unit you guys were able to do defensively here tonight to really keep them in a position where they felt uncomfortable most of the game?
You know, we've been talking. I feel like we talked a lot more. This is like the best game we've talked. And we really just knew that the only way to do anything well for defense is to really step on that ball and make sure they don't even get a chance to churn or anything. Making sure they don't get a pass, nothing.
Coming off of that really dramatic game where you guys go a couple of overtimes and then the penalty shootout that was kind of crazy, you know, how was everybody feeling coming into this game? Because obviously that can be an emotionally draining game just to get to this point.
You know, we were like really nervous at first. Like right after our first game with the shootout, we were nervous. We were like, what if it happens again? And then during practice, coach was talking, and he was like, we're not letting that happen again. And we really believed it. We were like, we don't want that to happen again. That was a lot of effort. That was like drained us so much. And we were like, we have to really give it to them so we don't have to do all that again.
Well, you guys are moving on. You said this is what you've been dreaming of since the time you broke onto the high school scene, and you're one of the captains now, so you're rewriting the history books. Has to be really satisfying, but since you've made it this far, why stop now? What is the belief right now within this locker room and within yourself that you feel like, hey, maybe we're far from done at this point?
Absolutely. We, definitely winning this, we definitely think we can take on pretty much any team that any team that wants to go against us. We think we can got it all. I think we're just super confident right now, and it's really going to do well for the game leading up.
Well, you know that we're going to be with you every step of the way. Looking forward to seeing what you guys do when you move on here to the regionals. But just one last thing from you, Liam. Look in that camera as you are and give as many shout-outs as you want.
One of the big shout-outs I want is my whole family. They've always encouraged me and just pushed me to do greatness. And then my team. We always stuck together. We struggled a little bit at the beginning, but, they really are like my family as well.
Liam Beer, your Avita Home Health and Hospice MVP.
We are a compounding pharmacy, so we compound medication that people are not able to find other places. We can make oral liquids, so like liquids you take by mouth. We make creams and ointments, so if you need a medication delivered topically or through the skin, we can get medication into creams that way. We can also make medications into capsules, as well as suppositories, nasal sprays if you need it, things like that.
I think one of the things that makes Wellspring so unique is to give the patient that ability to choose between traditional and or complementary.
If you're needing medication and you're not able to find what you need, or you need it to go into your body in a different way, that's what we help with.
Our post-game coverage rolls along here, presented by Mechanics Bank, as the victorious head coach now joins us here from the Clear Fork Colts. Nathan Gailey, fresh off of getting your fingers on that big trophy. Describe that moment to me and what it was like to close this thing out and be a champion tonight.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was a great moment. Several of the boys, even the other coaches, were like, "This doesn't seem real." It's what you work so hard for. And there's just moments in the season that sometimes you think, are we cut out for? Can we get there? And just the way that the boys responded to just kind of picking up some intensity over the last couple weeks and doing some different things, it shows that all their hard work paid off. So just super proud of them and the work that they put in tonight. And definitely grabbing that trophy and being able to take it back to Belleville is a great feeling.
Comment a little bit on your guys' non-conference schedule and what you put together, and really trying to get some tests that way when you get into these big-time showdowns against a quality team like Vermilion. You've kind of seen similar, if not better, teams.
Yeah, we try to load our schedule up in the regular season with good local teams, Lexington and Madison and Ashland and Mount Vernon and teams like that, and obviously Ontario in the conference. So I think it's the only way to get better. They're gonna, if you win, that's awesome. If you tie, that's good. If you lose, then it certainly exposes some things that you need to improve on. And so every time we played a tough game like that, that was the message to the team: is how do we get better from this? And so many of those games we played good soccer, we just weren't quite finishing. And so being so young and being as young as we are, I think it helped us just grow up a little bit, mature, and get to this point where we knew that we could play with anyone that was on the field with us, certainly in our district. So that's kind of the mindset behind that and that schedule, and that's just what we look to do in the regular season.
I really felt like that first 40 minutes from top to bottom, probably the best soccer I've seen you guys play all year. You were connecting everybody. It felt like a flow state to me watching you guys. Everything was just going in the right direction when it needed to. But I'd like you to kind of comment on Liam Beer and Frost and McCauley in that back line and what they were able to do, because they were stepping at the exact right moment time and time again, and it really threw Vermilion off their game. I calculated they just had one shot on goal. They made it, but that was it.
Yeah, it's that back line is tremendous. They played pretty much every game together. They've been injury-free, so they have a lot of chemistry, and they executed the game plan. To be honest with you, they took it to heart, and I said, part of the game plan was that you have to want it more. The soccer skill is there. We truly believe that you just got to keep people in front of you, and that was really the big game plan. If you can keep people in front of you and step and close out and not give up shots from outside the 18, we liked our chances. And so for them, it was just buying into a game plan and trusting each other and trusting the teammates in front of them to do their job. And they just, 4 guys back there worked together all night long, and it was great to see.
Yeah, it was fun to watch the entire match and just how you guys have kind of matured. You mentioned how many young dudes are on this team, and so the future is bright, but hey, right now is right now, and it looks like you guys might just have a few more matches left in you, Coach. So thank you so much for the time. It looks like everyone's kind of gathered up still down here on the inside. They don't want to leave yet, still taking it all in. Go enjoy this tonight, Nate.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right, thank you very much. All right, we'll keep the action here. Got some stats to get to. Take that headset and a handshake. Good job, Coach Gailey. Oh, so cool. You always love, high school sports is as good as it gets just in terms of, community, camaraderie, and then your day ones is what the young kids like to call it. The dudes that you grew up with, when it all comes together, and when you're little and you're playing together in the backyard or at recess or whatever, and then when you get to these moments, and you heard Liam talk about it, he's dreamed of this since he got onto the high school scene, and here it is, a championship for the Colts. They got something to take back to Belleville. It's just super cool. You got to be really happy for these kids, and we cover them all. I shouldn't say all, but a lot of their home matches over there in the Valley, and there's been a lot of heartbreak here over these last couple of seasons. Unquestionably, losing some matches that they thought that they should have came out on top of. So to get into this position in this moment, it's a really good feel-good story right now that I am just blessed to be a part of. Let's take a look at these final stats. And you're right, whoever chimed in there, and I don't know how I messed up the stats in the first half, but I had them wrong. This is accurate. This is what is real. In Clear Fork, 18 shots here, but most of those did come in the first half, and all of their shots on net did come actually in the opening 40-minute session, as they didn't take their foot off the gas, in my opinion, but they did. They understood what was at stake here, and didn't necessarily need to pressure and get the ball into the attacking third often. They just had to do just enough, rely on that back line, the little bend, don't break mentality. They did that a bunch. They packed it in, and they made it really tough for Vermilion, as the statistics show. Just 4 shots. I mean, they probably hit about a dozen balls that were all heading towards the net, but guess what? There was a Clear Fork player to get in between and make sure that West Bunnell didn't have to do anything, and that this defense for them could carry the way after getting up by a couple of goals. Martin and McCauley, when they got the lead, I felt like just they knew that the game plan could change a little bit, and that's why the second 40 minutes wasn't quite as dominant as the first 40, because that's just not what the game needed for Clear Fork to get out of this thing here tonight, as they will move on into the regionals. I didn't look yet and see who a potential upcoming matchup could be for the Colts, but you already know that we will have that action for you live and free no matter where it is. Thank you guys all out there for watching, though, as this will finish our time here in Whippet Country tonight. Super shout outs to all of our generous sponsors combining to bring you live and free coverage here and in every game on the OH Report. You will never pay for any game on here, not as long as I'm alive and I'm at the helm and making this thing all cook. So thank you to Wellspring, Custom Pharmacy, Mechanics Bank, Avita Home Health and Hospice, and Contact Industries, all coming together so that you can enjoy tonight's action. We've got a record 8 live streams coming up tomorrow night for Friday Night Football. We've never done 8 all at once, so if things catch on fire, well, we didn't intend that to be the case, but that's what we got going on. So you can enjoy 3 separate conference championship games. We've got big one after big one, a lot of win and get in type of atmospheres too, with Lucas and then also the Crestview Cougars. So you're going to want to tune in tomorrow all night long, and then we'll have all the recaps for you on the Friday night pigskin. But for now, for tonight, we are checking out of here. So for Jeremy Peoples, I'm Brian Skowronski. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow.